November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and to reduce your chances of getting this disease, you may want to look at balancing your cravings with your nutritional needs. So here to tell us more on this is Acting Dean in the Faculty of Education at the Jamaica University College, author and researcher Leroy Ferron. Good morning, Leroy. Welcome to Smile.
Good morning, sir. Good to see you.
Thanks for being here.
We're about to thing in Jamaica. We always say we feel for something nice. Right?
Yes.
And literally, I shared something on my Instagram around that part of our problem is that we always feel for something nice, but then it can lead to other things, right. Diabetes being one of them. How do we ensure that when we feel for something nice, it's not something that really is not nice for our bodies?
All right. Well, one of the things I generally encourage is that when you feel for something nice, you don't necessarily throw away your craving. But what you can do is to incorporate some healthier options. So at the same time, you're satisfying the craving, but you're not compromising your health. So that is how I tend to look at it.
So if I feel for something nice, I should probably go for a couple slices of cucumber rather than a donut.
You can still have your donut, but perhaps have the 2 slices of cucumber or half of the donut.
Mr. Ferron, isn't one of the issues is that we're not even too certain what we need and don't need till we get older, and then we start say, well, I'm not feel so wonderful, I think I will go watch what I eat. And isn't that one of the problems? So, I mean, when we feel for something nice, we don't know that what we think is something nice can hurt us.
Right.
That is one of the issues?
That is one of the issues, and we must pay attention to the fact that social media would have amplified the fact that, when you feel for something nice, you go have more than likely fast food. And it's usually what is available too. We have to look at that. It's usually what is available and what's more affordable, because that's a part of the challenge. So sometimes we feel for something nice, but it could be something healthy, but we just perhaps can't afford it. And so we tend to go to the easier option.
But how would a young person, a high school person, know, say, all right, a donut might not be the ideal lunch here or whatever else. How? Because I don't see the kids saying, I want a donut. Maybe Google it to see what it can do or it can't do.
Younger people don't necessarily think about health risks. And that's what you'll see in the studies. They don't think about the health risks, they think about the now. They want to satisfy the craving. And so they don't think about the long-term implications on their health. So they think about the now. And then when they get older in life, now they play catch up.
Yeah. Now, on that matter of cravings, right? Are cravings squarely tied to our socialization? Because I'm wondering now, because when we are young, kids, right, it's birthday time, cake, ice cream, in copious amounts,
yes,
right? So as you get older, and if you keep on a birthday party, cheese tricks and chips and all these things, it's very salty things, things with high sugar content and so on. So by the time you get into your teens and your early 20s and wherever, you feel for something nice, you're kind of inclined to go with those things. So is it that then we have to start programming our children to appreciate healthy options, so when I'm get a little older and I'm feel for something nice, the healthier things are more along what we'll give consideration?
Right, so we need to start at home. You remember back in the day when we used to cook at home? Very little of that is happening now. Fewer people are cooking at home. The children need to see us cooking at home and preparing these meals. And you talked about the children, even in our schools, we need to perhaps have a water day. We perhaps need to substitute the sugary drinks for water, or even more, more juices that are high in nutritional value. So it starts there, and socialization plays a significant role in this challenge that we're having as a society. I remember when I served at one teacher's college, they had a water day, and you could only buy water because it was the only thing you would see on the shelves. I remember one institution that I served as well, they reevaluated the cafeteria. They did an audit and recognized that because we were trying to find out what was happening with students' behavior, because the sugary content, it does impact their behavior, they're more hyperactive. And so what we did, I think we had a walkthrough. I think the Ministry of Health actually intervened, and we replaced or substituted the sugary drinks with more nutritional
What did you notice following that?
I never followed the study, but the students were on the more well-behaved side, and so But we recognize that the students were a little less restless, especially coming up to the summer term.
Yep. And you mentioned the ministry, because the ministry has been for a few years now saying, don't drink the sugary drinks,
Right.
and you have to watch the vendors at the school gate and so on.
There we go.
How else can you get young people? Because I think that's the issue. I think when you get out like God, him kind of realize, say, no, I can't do this, I can't do that. But as you said, the young people feel that them going to live forever. So how do you get them to understand?
One of the things we need to go back to is a recipe book. When last have you seen a recipe book?
Like a physical book?
Yeah, or even an you're in the digital age, an e-version. I haven't seen a recipe book in maybe over a decade. And so maybe we need to go back to looking at recipes, look at what we can prepare, what we can substitute for, let's say, we love fried food. It's almost our national dish. We love fried food. We need to perhaps substitute fried with baked or grilled. Go back to grilling. The indigenous peoples used to grill a lot. They used to grill their fish. And so we need to look into that. That's one of the things we need to do. And as I said, we need to reintegrate our youth. Parents need to share the message. In schools, it's already a part of health and family life education. It's taken care of there, but we need to ramp up the efforts. Social media need to get on board. Most times when we portray something nice or a tasty dish, it's usually something unhealthy, but maybe we need to include the chefs, the dietitians, the nutritionists to come on board and show us examples of what a nutritional, balanced meal can look like using perhaps fruits and vegetables.
But you have a thing in Jamaica, and I think we spoke about it last week too, Neville, with the portions, right? Because if you buy from a cook shop, for argument's sake, which is super popular, right? And you think about whether the square box, the coffin box, or even the sandwich box, the burger box, it is at least half of it, all carbs, right? Sure, you get your meat and whatnot, and then them stay far and show the vegetables in it. Like, it's just a garnish. It's not so much a thing. How do we then change that, adjust that side of our culture? Because, like I tell you, cook shops, pervasive, right? And the same thing when you go to restaurants, the different types of eateries. How do we get that adjusted?
Consumers have the power to make that shift. For example, when I go to restaurants and they're offering me pasta, I'm trying to figure out, but that's not vegetable.
Right, on top of the rice, for example.
That's not vegetable, and that's not supplementing the meal. So if as consumers we make a deliberate effort to say, listen, I need vegetable, I need more fruits, then it can turn the tides, because if that's what we want, then restaurants will have to conform and provide that.
Yeah, and I think that one of the problems for the young people too, them think what healthy for you don't taste good.
I was coming to that, yes. Healthy does not mean tasteless.
Right.
It doesn't?
No, and that's what we think. For example, every now and then, because I can cook, I wouldn't say I'm a chef, but I can cook, and every now and then I'd slice, let's say, a plantain, or I'd slice a pineapple and use that as my sauce, a mango. So these are things we can encourage and practice at home, and to substitute the oil and the fats and so on.
All right, well explained. Thanks for coming, sir.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, by the way.
Yeah, because we're almost there.
Yes.
That's Acting Dean in the Faculty of Education at the Jamaica University College, author and researcher Leroy Ferron.
I didn't want to tell you, but the man there used to go Michael.
Michael.
Yeah, no, it's not a great ambassador. No. I would have take back down that.
Still to come. Quaker, you got this promotion, but first, it's the second edition of News in 5.
The great Bulla Williams.